Good day. In this client report, I will be talking about how we visualize unstructured text from customer reviews within the aviation industry. We will be focusing on British Airways, as well as 10 other airlines within the consumer aviation industry. It is crucial for airlines to monitor customer reviews due to flight tickets being a major cost in travel expenses. Research has found that 88% of consumers trust online reviews as much as personal reviews. This is also made worse when it is more likely for customers to leave negative reviews driven by emotions, as they feel the need to share their bad experiences rather than compliment an airline for their services. However, from the review texts, there are valuable information to be extracted that would enable airlines to gain a competitive advantage over their peers. And in the event where there is a PR crisis brewing, it's far more easier to change the narrative by responding in the shortest time possible, rather than reacting to the issue at a later stage. Nevertheless, it's hard to extract useful information from hundreds of words, especially if there are thousands of customer reviews. Therefore, prior to this study, a natural language processing algorithm known as BERTopic has been used to analyze the texts of customer reviews to extract the topics being mentioned. As a result, it has been found that there are 8 broad categories that sums up the entire customer experience when they take air flights. With the extracted topics, it is then cross-referenced with the overall ratings given by customers in the survey data, which would enable to tell which topics were being rated high or low, quantifying the customer's sentiment in a measurable spectrum. With that analysis, we would then also find out which flight routes are being affected and where do the airlines stand when comparing with their competitors in the market. Here is the first dashboard that has been created in Power BI, which is the executive summary that gives an overview of the entire dataset that was downloaded from Kaggle, which spans over 10 years since 2014. On the top, we have some summary data cards, which highlights a total of 11 airlines are available from the data of 8,500 reviews, covering 142 countries in 700 airports. In the center, we have the primary line chart, which states the number of reviews for the top 6 rated airlines, corresponding to the number of flights that has dropped significantly in 2020 due to COVID and recovering in the subsequent years. On the left, we have all 11 airlines ranked according to their average overall rating, with all Nippon Airways being the highest and British Airways being rated as the lowest. The bars are color-coded according to each airline's corporate colors as closely as possible. It is interesting to note that mostly Asian and one Middle Eastern airlines dominate the top of the list, whilst mostly European airlines are at the bottom. There are, unfortunately, no American Airlines data available from the dataset. On the bottom section, we have the customer demographics, which states the type of travelers and the type of seats being purchased. One interesting point is that customers who bought first-class seats generally rated Japan Airlines as the highest, and business class passengers rated EVA Air as the highest. Next, we look at the world map, which plots all the flight routes of all airlines over the course of 1 year. This may look daunting at first, but it is meant to drill down to specific airline routes to analyze the underlying topic that may be affecting each specific route. For example, for Qatar Airways, their cancellations and refunds have been rated poorly. Here we can identify that it is due to their US to South Africa route. Similarly, for EVA Air's Philippines to US and Cathay Pacific's Vietnam, Germany and Hong Kong, France routes have been rated poorly for the same issue as well. On a separate analysis, we could identify that Korean Air's and all Nippon Airways route strategy has a centralized focus around their home country, whereas British Airways has a much broader global reach across multiple regions. For the third dashboard, we analyze the competitors by plotting a Eisenhower's matrix-inspired bubble chart of the weighted average rating score against the total number of reviews. The top right quadrant is the most desirable state, where the airlines are highly rated with the highest impact, whereas the top left quadrant, which British Airways and Turkish Airlines are rated poorly, with a high number of reviews, which is the least desirable outcome. Over at the bottom right corner are Nippon Airways, Japan Airlines, and Korean Air, with high ratings but low impact, which is still a positive outcome. Besides that, when we look at all Nippon Airways in detail, we can see why it is an industry leader, as they are consistently rated above the industry average over multiple topics by multiple customer groups. British Airways, however, are on the opposite spectrum, where they are rated below or at the industry average. Therefore, by dynamically filtering according to each topic and customer demographic, we could conduct competitor analysis by looking at how each airline is performing in relevance to their peers within the industry, and also potentially identify what steps could they take to resolve their issues or further improve their competitive advantage in the market. I hope this has been educational, and thank you for watching my video.